Alrighty. Here are like the things that people don't tell you about like once you reach your 40s. Alrighty? I don't care if you're single, if you're in a relationship. By the time you're in your 40s, these are the things that should be coming to your mind. Alrighty, as a mom, as a person, as a woman. Yo, especially if you started having babies at a young age like I did. Alrighty, I started at 16. So like my two oldest are gone. Got the baby who's now 15. So it's like, alrighty, holidays are hitting different. You should be like, what else am I going to do with my free time now? No, that doesn't mean you work more. It doesn't mean you take on more shifts because you have more debt. No, like who are you? Besides being a mom, what's next? Do you get to travel? Do you get to like finally get in a relationship? Like what is going to change in your life? Like you've lived your life for your kids. You've made all these excuses that you've been held back. I know a lot of moms who say that. I've been held back because my kids. You no longer can use them as an excuse, which you shouldn't have been from the beginning. But so like, yeah, what's your purpose? What are you doing here? What else is there for you? Like, what does life look like? You should be asking yourself all these questions because here's what's going to happen. Your kids are going to get older. Okay. If you're a single mom, you're going to be like, wow, holidays, I'm by myself. What am I supposed to do now? My friends, we don't talk anymore. You should then find new friends. You know, or you're like, well, I want to rekindle friendships. Then reach out. You know, it's like you want to go do that new business venture, then go do it. Like it's just crazy how we put all these limitations and setbacks for ourselves. And then we find reasons to say it's because of someone else. It's because something else didn't go as planned. That's not what it is. Everything went as planned. The thing was that you just couldn't stay disciplined. You couldn't just keep going. And for a lot of you moms who feel guilty, stop with the mom guilt. Okay, just you did what you could. If you would have gone all the other different directions you think would have been so much better, guess what? You would have also been living with a new set of guilt. So just let it go. You know, like Frozen, let it go, let it go. Okay. Because here's the reality. I'm going to give it to you straight. Alrighty, I have two kids. They're fucking grown. Okay, two boys. And here's the reality. One of them's 26. He just graduated. And I'm proud of him because he did that for him. I can't even say I dropped a dime helping him. I didn't. I told him, like, if you're going to value that degree, you're going to have to get it. And I know it sounds shitty, but coming from someone who got her own, and I don't even use it. Okay, so I paid into that scam. I got my own degree and I don't even use it. And you know what? Here's the thing. I can tell myself, you got that for yourself. Not, well, I feel guilty now because my parents got it for me. No, I did that for myself, not for anybody else. So if I want to fall back on that piece of paper, I got it. But here's the thing, I don't want to. I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't want to go into that 9 to 5. But here's what I'm pretty much getting at. I'm proud of him for doing that. But here's what the reality is our kids grow up. They're growing up and they're like, okay, what's next? You know why? Because school is routine. School has conditioned them. This is how you work. This is how you become an employee. If they choose not to become an employee, if they choose to end up getting a degree or going in a different venture or not really knowing what they want to do, they're like, what is next? And you know who they're going to come ask? They're going to come ask you. You as a mom. And you think, oh, I'm done raising my kids. You know, it's like, shit, guys, you guys are on your... No. You know why? Because they're still depending on us. They're like, okay, let me see what you're doing. Let me see how you're moving, Mom. And if I'm just like, oh, I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm working harder. I'm working more shifts. They're going to be like, why? What has changed? Like, is that the life that I should be living? And the reality is no. No. They shouldn't be working harder. You know, it's like we should be working smarter. We should be going harder for our dreams, for what we want to do, for what ignites us. But instead, we stay comfortable. And you know what gets hard? When our kids say, let me see through your actions what you're doing. Let me see where you're going. And sometimes we're going to have to be like, oh shit, I'm not done. They're still watching me. They're still depending on me. And I love that. You know why? Because it holds me accountable too. Because they're like, Mom, you're not done. You're not done showing me how to go out there and live my life. And I know a lot of us told our kids, oh, do as I say, not as I do. What kind of idiotic comment is that? Like, what? Who says that? Why? Like, go out there and live differently than I did? Why? How about let me show you how I'm living, and if I think you should live like that, then go for it. But what we do is instead we're like, no, we don't want you to suffer like us. And I don't know why a lot of us think that we're supposed to suffer. We're supposed to suffer and be guilty. We're not. We're not. You're supposed to just create the life you want and be happy with it. Alrighty? So yeah, that's kind of like the stuff they don't tell you when you get to be in your 40s. Okay, where you're like, man, I've been in this marriage for 20 years. Like, it's crazy to me how many clients come at me and they're like, I've been in my marriage for 20 years. I've been in my marriage for 30 years. I'm just waiting for my kids to grow up and I'm leaving. We're going our separate ways because we don't know each other. I don't know who the heck I am. Like, all I've done was live my life for them. I don't even know what makes me happy anymore. I don't know what true happiness is because I haven't poured into myself. And those are all valid concerns. And if you haven't started questioning those things, you're going to. And that's why I'm just here to keep it real. And I'm here to let you know it's okay. We all go through that shit. We do. It's like waking up. You start just digging. Who the heck are you? What do you want? What's going to make you happy? That's the part of life, part of being in your 40s that they don't tell you about. But I'm going to tell you guys, okay? I'm going to tell you about all the stuff nobody wants to talk about parenting, about going through menopause. You know how hard that is? Not really knowing. Doctors don't always know either. They're just like, let's just try this medication and see how that works. Like we're a freaking science project, you know? So, hey, these are all the things they don't tell you. I'm going to tell you, stop trying to be perfect. But figure out who you are. Figure out your purpose. Alrighty? And if you're here, then be here. Alrighty, and if you want to know how to find your purpose, then grab my reinvention workbook. Let's start working together. Let's start finding out what the heck ignites you. Because for some of you, I see a lot of you posting that you're going back to school and you're like, ugh, I hate this. Stop already. Like, how many more years of hating something that you're doing are you going to keep doing? That's not life. Alrighty? And if you need the help, then let's get you the help. Let's get you where you need to be for where you want to go. Some of you haven't even put thought into that. You're like, Martha, you know where I want to be. I don't. I can be in so many places, but not in your little head. Alrighty, so we're going to go out there and make the best out of this day. You're going to share these tips with anybody you can because I shared them with you. I'm not gatekeeping. We're keeping shit real in our 40s. That's how we're doing things. Alrighty, everything. We're going to talk about todo. Starting over, dating, businesses. What else? I get some. How do we find ourselves? How do we go out there and find friends? I've had a lot of moms ask me those too. So I'm going to just start putting stuff out there. Alrighty? And I'm asking that you guys share it. Share it with everybody. Anybody who you know. Anybody who you could know. Just throw it in their inbox. You just throw me in there. Alrighty. Now, let's keep it real from now on.